and supported by nog meer roller derby. Anyways, nasty moves here with the lovely Arno, and we're going to bring it home to you, the fourth game of the second day of this wonderful 2-day tournament. We've got Rurhpott Roller Derby that are going to be playing in red. Yeah, I know, you can be all the screaming you want. Rurhpott Roller Derby against Rotterdam Roller Derby playing in green. We've got the red, no, playing in white, forgive me, yes, playing in white. And you all know the players a little bit at the moment, quite well. We've seen a lot from everybody. And we've got a minute to go, and we're going to get started with the last game of the day. Arno, I'm happy you're here again, and I'm happy you gave us a lot of technical knowledge in all the games you announced today. We have no idea what we're going to get this time around.
Yes, we'll just have to wait and see. That's going to be the last game. Hopefully, we have seen a couple of games which are really close, which are also really interesting to look at. Both penalty heavy and relatively clean games. Let's hope that we keep it clean for now, and especially to keep the medics unoccupied, because that would be really nice.
And we've kicked off for now. Slowly. Are we ready, set up? Rurhpott in red again. Rotterdam playing in white. And we've got fans of roller derby up here. It's wonderful. Wonderful loud and queer being loud and queer up there and giving us a lot of good indications for this weekend. We've started off. Arno, tell us what you see.
Yes, we have loose leg jamming for Rotterdam and taking lead. We've seen a lot of really nice action from her, closely followed by Barbecue, which we've also seen on track before, doing great work.
Two points on the board for now, and we've only just begun, as the Carpenters used to tell us. Getting ready again. One blocker down on Rurhpott's team. But doesn't matter though. Jump and jiving. We've got Rurhpott in the lead, but both jammers are out. So we're gonna have a bit of a horse race. Well, what's gonna happen now? And I had a feeling we're not gonna run that long. We're just gonna call it off very, very quickly. And that's just a lot of work for, sadly, no points.
Yes, but sometimes it is more important to keep the opponent from scoring. So, at this point, last jam 0-0 and still 2 points against 0 in total. Going into jam number 3. And they're on again. We have
two jammers. We've got two jammers, Arno. Don't worry about it. We're going to have a really good look. As they both come around, we can have a really good look. And I believe it's Casanova and Ninja's Nemesis. Those are our two jammers for now.
Yes.
It's going so fast.
It's going so fast.
My friend.
It's going so fast.
You don't even have time to tell you what's going on. However, we do see 2 points this time around for Rotterdam, bring it up to 4. Still no points scored yet for Rurhpott. So what we're looking at now, the story building is Rurhpott needs to put some points on the board to just kind of warm it up.
Yes, it's always a great mental thing if you get off the 0.
I totally agree.
Yes, yes. And they're off again. And We have a lead jammer status for Rurhpott. For
number 127, Evaliers. There you go.
Evaliers.
We haven't had a chance to mention that name too much, but I'm very happy to see them. Well, pushing just everyone to stop everything that they're doing too.
Yeah.
So that's disconcerting, but in the right derby way. 2 first points, 3 first points on the board.
Yep.
Mag helemaal niet.
And they're off again. We see Rurhpott going again for the inside. This time being knocked out. And we have Flies and Manelli taking lead for Rotterdam. And also again a quick call off.
Off to the races again. Everybody on track. We're waiting for it, see who's going to emerge first for the lead. We don't know yet. And there it is, very quickly. Wonderful work done by Carson over. Rotterdam, we've seen a lot of fantastic work these past 2 days. Coming in for a scoring pass. Mariot does get through for 4 points though on the inside. This is going by extremely fast. It's hard to try and figure out what the tactic is, but it's hitting it and quitting it, as we call it. Both teams with points. And as you would say, it's a lead change.
Yes.
Sometimes we change.
Yes.
It moves around.
If this is going to be just a game with just as many lead changes as last time, please don't do the drinking game with taking a shot every lead change.
Don't tell everyone our secrets. We're back on again, and the lead for Rurhpott. Rurhpott getting recycled, however, in the back. Loose lip is out of the pack, but it is all about what's going on, as Marvin Gaye would put it, but no time to do anything with that either. This is happening way too quickly. Are we like too old for this, or is it just going by really quickly? Actually, that's a joke. We will have a lot of jams. Yeah, we're trying to out-psych each other, is what I would say is going on right now. 2 point difference, though. No idea what's going on. No idea what's going to be going on. We do kind of know what's going on, to be honest. Everybody on track. Arno, what do you see? Tell me about it.
Flies and Manelli pushing through, and but Rurhpott taking the lead, closely followed by Flies and Manelli, and they're racing each other. It's always nice to see jammers racing them. Always nice look, and a quick call off, and let's see if
also as well, but I believe we're going to start on the box. There was exiting the track, I believe.
Yes, he was.
Exiting the track. Yeah.
He was exiting the track while calling off, and that is actually not allowed.
However, what I noticed was that Whippin' Red Siren was aware of that and kind of gesticulated like I wasn't touched. But then again, it's all about the ref call. Power jam for Rotterdam is what's important for now.
Yes. Let's see if they can take advantage of this with the jammer in the box for the first 30 seconds. And they do, and it's Casanova taking, it's not taking the lead, it's like a no pass, no penalty, but still on the scoring pass. So at the moment, still scoring points. With Rurhpott having now again 4 blockers, and the jammer from Rurhpott coming back on track.
Bit of a tumble there too.
Trying to call off, but since the jammer is not lead, you cannot call off. Rotterdam is putting up a really good wall to prevent the Rurhpott jammer from finishing the initial pass. And since we didn't have a lead jammer, she was still eligible for lead jammer and immediately called it off as soon as she got it.
That was a very technical jam, well spotted. I was having a look at what the blockers were doing, and I just saw that all the packs have been very fast in this game, which is not quite the pace that we've seen the entire weekend, to be honest. But that's going to make it a very long game for both teams. Speaking of taking a break, we've got 2 blockers in the box for Rurhpott, and an official timeout being called by Tsetse Lamouche. You've seen a lot of action here today.
Yes, I have. It's like it was this morning. We started off early. For both teams, it's actually their second game of today. So if it's going to be a really fast game, they will get tired. So we'll just have to see.
We'll see.
Well, fortunately, we have for now we have a really nice game to look at. I don't know what we are waiting for at the moment.
Yeah, we're gonna dot some I's and cross some T's, and everyone is ready to go. And it's getting really quiet in here. We don't understand quite why, but everything's fine. Everyone's ready to go. We're still ready to go. There we go. Okay, we're back on track. We've got only 2 blockers for Rurhpott. Have a good look at that up in the front. That's going to be interesting to watch. Could be very advantageous for Rotterdam. We have yet to see it. Oh, but Rurhpott does actually spring up in the lead. But now we have a horse race. We have 2 horses coming in. Number 41 to the front, 41 to the front, 32 going to try and get in the inside from the inside. 41 to the front. Oh, and we get a signal. Mariah's telling them to do something. We have no idea what it is, but it's going really, really fast. I'm getting a breeze here. Who needs air conditioning? It's just going way too fast. It's an endurance race. We're being asked to call it off. We got to call off. And the result is 2 jammer refs hitting into each other, but that doesn't matter. They were closely watching the thing. No points for Rotterdam. A lot of effort, but 4 points for Rurhpott. Wow, I got tired watching.
Yes, that really was a horse race.
I think we need a clap for that one.
We need a clap.
That was a heck of a. Wow, that was some roller derby, people. Changing it up is also a good idea. Both teams evenly matched at the minute.
With a point difference of only 1 point at the moment. Both jammers trying to gain lead jammer. While the Rotterdam jammer is recycled to the back, and we have a lead for Rurhpott, and we have jamming number 10, Ninja Nemesis, and we have Fliza Manelli going to the penalty box. So that means a power jam for Ninja Nemesis, who is recycled to the back. Rotterdam is they built really sturdy walls, so to try to keep Ninja back, but Ninja manages to pass through the wall and picks up 4 points. And going through the around the outside, but being recycled, and again running into that Rotterdam wall, who are set on not letting her pass. In the meantime, we have Fliza Manelli back on track, who managed to finish her pass. And
call off. You were mesmerized there, but we got a call off.
We got a call off.
With some more points on the board for Rurhpott, so good news for one of the 2 German teams here this weekend. Not really big scoring passes. Not that's a bad thing, but we love big long scoring passes. We're not getting them just yet. Teams still evenly matched. Still a while to go here in this first half. And as you mentioned, Arno, most of the weekend, every time we had a quick look at the penalty box, there's still someone in it.
Yes.
That's not so good. good news, Rotterdam picking up the lead. That's Tersenova. Excellent work. Both jammers are out though. Ninja's nemesis, forgive me. That's number 27.
Hilarious.
That's it, Hilarious. Thank you very much. I don't have time to figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
A quick call off.
Actually, one thing interesting, I think one of the last times I played roller derby, I actually remember Rurhpott's jersey, so I'm having like a real flashback moment.
Okay.
Maybe that's what's distracting. No, it's not distracting at all. It's quite wonderful. It's also nice too, I think you mentioned as well, it was mentioned by Dark Pistol on day one, there are a lot of crossover players, a lot of people playing way more games than others, and that's also interesting to watch. Fantastic endurance though, for being able to do that.
Yes, and in the meantime we have lead called for barbecue. And closely followed by Loose Licht. And we have a horse race, and with the pack speeding up, you don't want to give away any points. A quick call off from barbecue, taking home 1 point and preventing Rotterdam from taking any.
Yeah, that's definitely how it's done. The pace has been set. We're going really fast. And I really wonder if that's going to change in halftime. That's also going to be the story to go. Or are we going to just continue in this mad race of roller derby?
Yes, in the meantime.
That's like real old school roller derby when you go that fast.
Yeah. Yes, at least that happened. With Flies and Manelli on the floor, being recycled to the back. Meanwhile, the Rurhpott jammer is trying to push through, but Flies and Manelli comes through the inside and picks up the jammer status. Closely followed by the Rurhpott jammer. Let's see how Flies Manelli does. Quickly picking up some points and immediately calling off, picking up 4 points.
You can tell again if you hear more clapping because there's more locals here, then you know that Rotterdam, if you were to just close your eyes, you'd know somehow that the points had been scored. 3-point difference now at the minute between both teams. Quite a bit to go again for this first half. It's all happening so fast, but it's wonderful roller derby, and I'm very happy for people being able to join us today. Someone asked, by the way, what kind of prizes or awards. We don't know that quite yet, but we will keep you posted on that. Thanks for asking that question on social media.
And in the meantime, Casanova is out of the pack, lead jammer status, trying to pick up points as fast as possible. Quickly going through the pack, picking up 4 points and calling before the Rurhpott jammer has a chance to score any points.
As well, we have quite a lot of photographers here taking great pictures. The best thing I would say too, if you're on social media and you see some, give everybody a like. It doesn't cost anything and it's really, really appreciated. Timeout.
Yes, we have a timeout called for Rurhpott.
Yeah,
we just heard that the camera on the stream is down. We are working on it at the moment, and we will try to get it back as soon as possible. And in the meantime, you can just listen to our voices and hopefully understand what's going on. In the meantime, we are still on the timeout called by the Rurhpott team. We have a nice huddle from Rotterdam next to the jammer line, and we are back lining up for the next jam.
And as well, we will try and give you as much information as we can. Now we realize that you can't quite see what's going on or can't see what's going on. Also, with official reviews, we will bring you as much information as we can, as quickly as we can here on the mic. Let's have a good look at things. 2 jammers, but it is Rurhpott picking up with Hilarious out in front. Both jammers are out. Loose Licht putting the pressure on. We're looking to see if and when we'll have a quick call-off. We have no idea. Yvelair's going to maybe run that long. Oh, gets a serious takeout from Rotterdam and does call it off. But you know what? That is a good idea. You're on the floor. You have no idea what's going on. You can't quite see. Good call-off. And 2 points to boot. So that's good news for Rurhpott.
Yes, in the meantime, we're lining up for the next jam. And I think we have a camera back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I see we're back here. Thanks for hanging in with us too as well. Flies Manelli through the inside, picking up the lead for Rotterdam.
And Flies Manelli is flying around the track to pick up points, while the Rurhpott jammer is still on initial pass, trying to pass through the inside. But gets blocked by some great blocking on the Rotterdam side, and we have a power jam situation with the Rurhpott jammer being sent to the box.
Very sneakily, I have to admit.
Yes, very sneakily.
We also didn't notice it. Good news though for Rotterdam. Rotterdam turning it into a lead change.
Yes.
So we're going to go back and forth quite a bit. The crowd being very happy about that. Great work from Flies Manelli all weekend, I might add.
Yes, and Flies Manelli is coming back around, passing through the pack and calling it. Or, she's not calling it. So it's picking up 4 points. In the meantime, the barbecue is out of the penalty box and going around. Flies Manelli is now calling it, and in an effort to pick up some more points, with 0 points scored by Rurhpott and picking up 1 point for extra effort.
Yeah, and Fliza was just kind of having a good look at where the other jammer was, because they were through traffic and biding their time, and that was a good idea to do that, to run that jam slightly longer. Yeah, I look at the penalty box. I'm still seeing people in the penalty box. We're trying to see it from here. So that's good news for Rurhpott. They have more blockers on track, pushing out in the front, trying to move a wall of white from Rotterdam. And we're going to make it all the way to us over here, halfway the track, still without any lead jammer. That's pretty exciting. Look how far we're getting there. We're getting to 3/4 around the track. And Ma Riot is just trying to get through. Great work from the Rotterdam blockers, that has to be said. Everybody is up in everybody's business, and it took a whole round, but we do get the lead for Rurhpott.
And in the meantime, Casanova is also back out of the pack, going around really quickly, trying to pick up some points, but Rurhpott sees it and they call off in time, preventing points for being scored, and meanwhile picking up 2 points.
Yeah, offense and defense at the same time. Fantastic work. That's good.
And we're going into the next jam with Rurhpott again, really pushing the Rotterdam wall and managing to get through with the cherry bomb out of play and not allowed to block.
Ninja's Nemesis, Captain Rurhpott, doing the rounds, and rightly so, has the lead. However, Rotterdam's jammer is out too. So we're going to have a look at that situation where the one that has the lead is in the back, and then we have a call-off. But it's still going very, very fast. I don't know why. I like it. I don't know why don't quite know why. We're going to add some more points on the board for Rurhpott. You'll notice too, we're not making very big scoring passes. We're keeping it just a few points, calling off no long jams just of yet. That's good news. But that's going to be tough going into halftime, because the second half, they have to change your strategy if you either want to stay in front or get in front.
Yes. And in the meantime, we have a really quick lead for Rurhpott. And being chased by Flies and Manelli. Rurhpott Jammer going through the outside, being knocked down and quickly calls off the jam before Flies and Manelli can score any points.
Yeah, Evil Larius being sneaky.
Yes.
There's some sneakiness going on. I kind of like that too, I have to admit. Some sneakiness.
But still, we see a lot of really fast packs.
I'm getting a breeze.
Yeah.
I usually say that as a joke, but I'm getting a real breeze right now.
We're actually getting a breeze.
This is weird. I'm getting an actual breeze quite constantly. But if both teams are then, the jammers are the same place on the track, it's going to make it so that you need to go very, very fast to score points before the other jammer follows you. This may be one of the cases. Carcinova coming in for a scoring pass for Rotterdam, hitting up a wall of 3 there. The wonderful Rurhpott triangle. Both jammers out, but it's all about a Rotterdam jammer that's in the pack at the moment. And a call off again. We're just putting pressure on each other and making each other's lives difficult. That'd be a good motto for roller derby.
Yep.
Roller derby, making each other's lives difficult.
That would actually be a really good motto.
Someone stop me. 6-point difference for now. Rurhpott were 33 and Rotterdam for 39. So close.
We see a lot of really interesting play for now. Really fast packs. We have the Rurhpott pushing through on the inside and quickly going around to score.
Have a good look. I saw a helmet cover on the ground again. For whatever reason, that's happening a lot. Happens.
We have seen that
I had to say
multiple times.
Let's have a look
today.
Having a look at the jammers. We've got Rurhpott in the front, hitting the wall, and followed so closely again by the other jammer, forcing that call off for 2 potatoes, as we say. No points at all. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yep. And that is 2-point difference. It is so close we can taste it. That's what that is. A very different game than some of the other games we've seen this whole weekend.
And again, we have Flies and Manelli facing off the captain of Rurhpott. We have seen that numerous times before, and Rurhpott takes leads. Ninja Nemesis playing an awesome game so far. Flies and Manelli also out of the pack, and with a nice hop, taking away 4 points and immediately calling off.
And that was a good jump too, and a solid one, and landing it right, and that absolutely paid off. But again, not that many points. So let's have a good look. Let's all have a good look at blockers this time. What are the blockers doing to make it so that the jammers are evenly matched constantly? And as I say that, a team timeout for Rotterdam has been called. So we'll wait around, find out what's going on with that. I had a chance to talk to quite a few officials that came here again for Far Away. I mentioned Sweden, but I also noticed that Norway was also in there. What a fantastic bunch of people this weekend, making sure that this is all, we're all getting, yes, we've had a chance to play roller derby for a while, but there's still a lot of getting used to going on. There's a bit more travel going on too. It didn't automatically happen overnight, but it's very nice to be able to see those people, those faces that you're used to seeing at all those tournaments and from far away. I very much enjoy that this weekend, and I hope all of you enjoyed that as well.
Yes, because in the last couple of years there have been a lot of restrictions. So it's good to be back, good to be playing, and good to be in such an awesome tournament. And with the team timeout over, players are lining back up for the next jam. We have 2 players in the block in the box, and with 6.5 minutes left on the clock. And they're off again. We see some nice recycling of Rotterdam after but a nice recovery and seeing that hole and going through the inside. Ivlerius takes the lead, and again we have a really high-paced game, really going fast, quickly calling off. But Rotterdam did manage to sneak in 2 points, with 4 being scored by Rurhpott. And it's still a really close game with a 4-point difference at the moment. We are going into into the next jam with an empty penalty box.
Oh no! Everyone on track, 4 against 4, 5 against 5 if you want to calculate it properly. Both jammers evenly met. Oh, but that went really quickly for Rurhpott, I have to say. BBQ on fire there for Rurhpott. Already coming in for a scoring pass. And Rotterdam's jammer stuck in traffic, but this is good. This means that Rurhpott is very much in front in this game and can maybe have a chance to run this jam long. This is what I want to see. Coach for Rurhpott is calling for the same thing too as well. Bit of recycling going on. And as I say that, again, still a very quick call off. Looslicht not taking that line down at all. No points for Rotterdam and another 4 points for Rurhpott, but it's still a very small lead. Man, this is tough. This is a really tough game.
This is really tough game.
Yeah.
A really tough and fast game. With only an 8-point difference, it is really close, and the players are really on their best to make sure that they. And we have Flies and Manelli out of the pack and getting lead jammer status, and a power jam situation with the Rurhpott blocker sent to the penalty box, and Flies and Manelli being knocked out. Rotterdam trying their best to make sure that she's not recycled to the back, but it's not always easy to prevent that. Flies and Manelli through the inside, picking up 4 points, and coming around. In the meantime, we have.
It was Mariot.
No
worries.
Yes.
But that was also very fast too. Jammer was standing in the box, and we were just mesmerized from the Rotterdam side of things to see if Rotterdam could maybe bring up the points a bit more. We're going to add 1 more point to the board for them. But Rurhpott is still in the lead. Rurhpott has been in the lead for a while, but it's not a very big lead. We've said that 20 times already. We're going to continue to say it as we run down the clock. 3 minutes and change left in this first half.
And as we're going into the next jam, we have an empty penalty box, so we have all players on track, which makes it harder to punch through as a jammer. Both jammers are really struggling with the walls, the opposing walls. We have Rurhpott coming around the outside and picking up lead jammer. We have Ninja Nemesis picking up lead jammer status. And after a successful star pass, Iron Mist is chasing down Rurhpott, and Rurhpott quickly calls it off after scoring 4 points, preventing Iron Mist from taking home any herself.
To be fair, when a star pass is coming up, and you know you get that star pass, people are going to look at you a little bit differently, and they're going to go, maybe we'll call that one off too. But however, that has been the strategy from the start now. It's get some points call, hitting it and quitting it. I have not seen anything different just yet, and that makes it interesting in a different way, because will they do that in the second half? That's going to be the thing to it. Evalarius picks up the lead for Rurhpott, much to the delight of the German fans here too as well. Both jammers out, and Evalarius coming in for a scoring pass. round the outside, doesn't have a chance, gets slightly knocked out, as I say this with air quotes, and I believe Van Minkelen wasn't able to do too much with that. And that's what we saw. Points, bigger lead, little bit bigger lead for Rurhpott, but not huge for the moment, 9 points.
Still a single-digit lead, so.
Oh, is that what you want to call it? Okay, we'll call it.
It's only 9 points, so.
You're so accurate. It's wonderful.
As we go into the next jam, only a minute left on the clock. Let's see how it goes. And we have a quick lead for BBQ, closely followed by Flies and Manali. And we have a race. We have a Gemma race again. We have a horse race again. And we have one in the front and one coming around. Flies and Manali picking up 4 points. Barbecue being recycled to the back. Flies and Manali coming around. Barbecue still trying to go through the inside and calling it off.
Wow, we ran that one a little bit longer, so that's an announced thing. We say, hey, we haven't seen this in a while, and then you do see it. We're running down that clock at the minute. We're waiting for the intermission whistle. Intermission, also a very favorite part of roller derby. And there you have it. We're going into halftime. 59 points for Rurhpott. Not yet. Oh, you're teasing us again. I know it. They're ready to continue, though. I'm telling you, the endurance is absolutely there. Everybody's ready for more, and everybody's staring at each other. It's wonderful. At the very second, Rurhpott is in front. And there we have it. There we go. I was a bit forward. 9-point difference, like you said, only single digits as we go into intermission. So go grab what you need to grab and come back and meet us in about 14 minutes. Nasty Moves. Arno will be bringing you the second half of the last game of the Harbour Cup tournament.
Thank you very much. And see you in 15 minutes.
"30 seconds, a little bit less for the second half. Bums on seats, people. Bums on seats as we get ready to finish off some roller derby for today. After all that binge watching, however, we will have an awards ceremony, apparently, so stay with us. We'll have an awards ceremony. We don't know too much about it yet. We're finding that out right now. Bear with us as we get ready for the second half of the fourth game of the second day of the first Harbour City Cup. Rurhpott starting with 3 blockers in this jam. Everybody on track for Rotterdam. The calm before the storm. 5 seconds called, getting ready to roll. And we're off for the second half. We're keeping it fast. We do have the lead. Well done there. And that is Loose Licht. Just keeping that concentration. It's absolutely wonderful. BBQ is out as well. Still dealing with the helmet cover. Loose Licht through the pack. And what did the jammer ref say? 4 points for Rotterdam. No points for Rurhpott. We've kept a little bit of the same pace that we had in the first half. I'm a little bit surprised at that. But you never know what can happen. Roller derby can get rolling in all kinds of different directions. Full complement of blockers on both sides. Jammers fighting it out. Rotterdam again. Flies a Manelli for Rotterdam. Rurhpott jammer gets past the last blocker, is also out of the pack. Have a look at the pack here and then turn to Fliza, being told to call it, and does that as well. Making sure Rurhpott don't pick up any points, which is the case, and for themselves putting a few more points on the board, 3 to be exact. As we continue to watch two very evenly matched teams jockeying for position. Ninja's Nemesis for Rurhpott, but it's Carcinova in the front. No, we've got a lead, and it's Ninja's Nemesis. Ninja's Nemesis coming in for a scoring pass. Oh, I thought they'd go on the inside. They're going to try the outside. The Rotterdam blockers have figured it out, though. Hitting that 3 wall. Oh, and now we're going to make it 4. We're going to just make life difficult for them. Carcinova on the outside is out of the pack for Rotterdam. Is not lead, however. That is for Ninja's Nemesis. Turning around, calling it. Rotterdam trying to get under their skin. Doesn't quite work. Very good jam, I have to say, at both sides. I saw some nice blocking. And we do have Rurhpott in front with 63 points, to be exact, and 57 points for Rotterdam. Well, one major difference definitely with this second half is that we're staying out of the box, so that's good news. Taking more time now to get the lead, but it has been done. That's good work. But Rurhpott, Evalarius coming in for a scoring pass on the outside and the call off. And then it's all about the jam refs. 3 points though, instead of 4, but 3 will take it. No points for Rotterdam.
And we're going into the next jam with one blocker from Rotterdam in the penalty box. And we're off with still a small difference in points on the penalty board, on the scoreboard. And we have Rurhpott coming through the inside. Oh, and Barbecue is sent to the penalty box. Well, Fliza Manelli manages to clear the pack and gain lead jammer status. So she's lead jammer and she has a power jam. And punching straight through, picking up 4 points and going back around. Rotterdam blockers setting up for offense. trying to help their jammer as much as possible. And Flies has also sent to the box, so we have a jammer change, and now it's time for Barbecue to go back.
And time for Barbecue.
Yes,
I want a barbecue too.
Yes. Well, Barbecue is coming around, so Barbecue is coming our way.
Barbecue is good news. Barbecue. Oh, look at the shoulder fake out. That's beautiful work. Trying middle through sides. No, tough work. Right now, what we're having a look is the blockers are making it more difficult for both jammers, and that has slowed everything down a little bit. So that's good news for anyone watching, trying to follow it. 4 more points on the board for Rurhpott. Barbecue coming back.
And with Flies and Manelli going through the pack, picking up another 4 points. And since both jammers went to the penalty box, we have no lead jammer. So it's going to be a 2-minute jam. And Flies and Manelli going clean through the pack, picking up another 4 points. And the 2 minutes are over.
That was really nice there from Flies and Manelli. Everyone liked that, the kind of pirouette turn, kind of figure skating thing. That was really nicely done.
And with the last jam, with 12 points for Rotterdam and 7 points for Rurhpott.
We're still really close.
We're still really close,
changed.
and it's still in the single digits.
Oh noes.
And they're off again, and nice going around the outside for Casanova, but doesn't quite make it. Going and through the inside and picking up lead jammer status with a power jam situation with the Rurhpott jammer in the penalty box. Casanova trying to pick up as much point as possible, and another 4 points. With now both jammers back on track, and we have Barbecue going through the pack, putting up the helmet cover, and we have a tactical call off.
And we also have a lead change for now with a 1 point difference.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, you're noticing all the 2 point jams. I'm having a look at the numbers there. Wow, that's just anybody's game still for now, and that's some great news.
So for
us watching.
Yes, and for the ones doing the shots, one more for you.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, there you go. Down with that sort of thing, as the British would say. Back on track again with, I believe, Ninja's Nemesis and Loose Licht. Loose Licht! The half moon twist on the inside, but however, both jammers are out. Loose Lift out in the front, but we're going to have a bit of a horse race again. The pack speeds up, makes it more difficult for Loose to get in there and score points. It did the twist and turn at the end, but yeah, I had a feeling no points at all. So just a lot of cold air.
Yes, but also good blocking from the Rotterdam team. Goating one player and preventing the pack from becoming really fast.
Oh, because we went from really fast to ultra fast, or
a
little bit. But it is frustrating, absolutely. If you can't reach your pack, then you can't score any points. But that's also good for the opposing jammer. That's absolutely right.
And a quick lead for Flies and Manelli, closely followed by Rurhpott. And for Rurhpott, we have Valerius. And Flies and Manelli looking back at Rurhpott jammer coming out and quickly calling it off, picking up 2 points for Rotterdam with no points scored for Rurhpott.
It's just going all so quickly.
With such a close score, they actually doubled the difference between the
single-digit difference.
Yeah, the single-digit difference. They went from 2 to 4.
Team timeout, Rurhpott being called. Team timeout for the red team. We will have an awards ceremony. Apparently, we'll tell you more about that. We want to know more about that too, but we're going to find out. There definitely has to be some awards for the fantastic work that we've seen this weekend. Also very important, denial. We have one of the referee NSO's officials, Denial, is playing the 100th game this weekend. Also very important. A 100th game. We should have mentioned it a bit earlier, but I remember 100th game. We love you impartially. Officials, NSOs, wonderful people. But that is, it goes really fast too. You have to write all those down in your history and whatnot. So 100 is definitely a milestone.
Yes, it is. And with the timeout being over, teams are lining back up on the track and ready for the next jam. And we have Rotterdam lining up all the way at front and then rolling back at the 5-second mark. And a big push from the Rotterdam Jammer, and we have Casanova taking lead jammer status, closely followed by Barbecue, and so only half a track distance between them. Casanova taking the points and quickly calling it off, and again another 2 points.
Helen Hematoma got in there, I want to mention that as well, and just kept anything that had a white jersey on in back, and I've been watching that for a few jams now. It's been very pleasant to watch. I have to say as well, blockers on both sides sticking together a little bit more than other games we've seen, and that's also very pleasant to watch. That is some good tactics from both teams. Official timeout is what we heard. Official timeout. We're going to see how that goes. We're also keeping a good watch on Balsi Balbo, number 165, who had quite a few penalties but is doing okay at the moment. If that changes, we'll tell you. Oh, speaking of changes, we got a jammer in the box.
Yes, we have a jammer in the box. There apparently was a penalty in the last jam. And for that, the jammer needs to start from the penalty box.
Before the start of the next jam.
Yes, before the start of the next jam. And that means that Rurhpott will start off with a 30-second power jam. And they will try to take as much advantage as they can. Going through the inside, picking up lead jammer status really quickly within the 10 seconds. And going around. Rurhpott setting up for offense and going around the outside and picking up another 4 points. And the Rurhpott are really trying to take as much advantage as they can, especially with this close of a game.
Yeah, and then like you said, if you're playing a game at home of lead changes, this may encourage you to rethink your own game. No, My Riot up in front again. Look at that, another lead change, 81 points, and a star pass. So much excitement. Cherry Bomb doing the thing for Rotterdam. There's a lot going on in this jam, Mara.
Yes, there is. And a quick call off from
My Riot.
Quick call off to prevent Rotterdam. Oh, they actually managed to pick up 3 points.
Sneaky, eh? You
yes,
like sneaky
yes,
stuff? You got
three sneaky points.
That's perfect.
And we have a lead change, and again, it is only 3 points. So
small double digits,
yes,
small single digits.
Still in the single digits. I don't think we had I don't think we had a difference that is more than single digit yet. So
that is actually a good point, but maybe it'll change now. Rotterdam flies them an alley, and the crowd likes that because that means that they're going to move up back up front. We're going to go back in front like a seesaw, or a vip as they say in Dutch. Great takeout. Did someone ask for takeout? Van Minkelen doing that too as well. 4 points for Rotterdam in the meantime. And Rurhpott Jammer stuck in traffic. Ninja's Nemesis calculating their way through the pack. Oh, flies are going to the box, my friends. So we're gonna have power jam for Ninja's Nemesis. One blocker down also as well. Look at the things, the times are changing as we have a very different jam now. Concentration is for Ninja's Nemesis. It can make a difference now until we run down the jam clock.
Yes, since we have no lead jammer on track, we will have a full 2-minute jam, which at this pace is going to be an interesting one. And we have a jammer change with the Rurhpott jammer also being sent to the box, which means Flies and Medelli can come back out of the box, immediately going through the pack, picking up 4 points for Rotterdam. And Rotterdam setting up for offense. And Flies and Medelli having to fight through the pack, but managing to get through, picking up 4 more points. Flies and Medelli going around back, trying to take as much advantage as she can for this power jam situation. And Rotterdam is now lining up to catch Ninja's Nemesis. But Ninja Nemesis manages to pass the pack, picking up 4 points just before the jam gets called. And again, we have a lead change, still single digit. So for the people doing shots, it's not a good day for you.
Everyone's liking that one too. Before the jam gets cold. That's fantastic. I really like that one. We should use that more often. We are going to continue to put the pressure on. And I say that as, okay, yeah, I heard a lot of whistling. Okay, we have an official timeout. I wasn't too sure, but when you take, yeah, that looked really serious. Captain Obvious was trying to be more obvious. There you go. We're going to huddle a little bit. We don't know why. It doesn't matter. But we're not going to start off again on what we have to do. We're staying in your favorite single digits. So both teams have the chance to win the game. Oh, we called it to be able to make sure we have the right points as well. The jam refs having a discussion there with the scorekeepers.
And in a game that is this close, every point counts.
They always counts. You can't make mistakes. Yeah.
So it's better to be double sure that your points actually are correct
before the start of the next jam, or else they're gone. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's not like other sports at all. And although safety first for the ref crew, after that it's also making sure the gameplay is fair. So that's good too as well. That's their job, and they do it so well. One blocker in the box for Rotterdam. Oh, I thought we were going to get off to a fast start. Good recycling there by Iron Mist and friends on the Rurhpott jammer, and it's loosely doing it to it for Rotterdam.
And in the meantime, Rurhpott is closely gaining up, and Looselicht looking at the other jammer, realizes she has to call quickly. Picks out the points she can, and then quickly calling it to prevent Rurhpott from scoring any. And Looselicht picking up 3 points in the process. While we go into the next jam, a bit of dancing on the jammer line. A bit of dancing on the jammer line is always good.
We've only got about 14 minutes and change too, so we've got half of the last half of this game and of the tournament to see which team is going to come out in front, because we have no clue. I can tell you that for now, no clue. For now, jammer out in front, BBQ has it, but hot on their tail is Carcinova. And that is going to mean going into the pack and calling it off. I took my time saying that. I do not want to influence the game. These people know what they're doing. Points all around though, 3 points for Rotterdam, 1 point for Rurhpott. We're over the 100 mark for Team White. Rotterdam, that's good news. And Rurhpott in the back at the moment. So you want to keep that lead, you want to stretch that out a bit more, make it more comfortable. But Rurhpott is like 9, we need to get in there, we need to move it up, we need to get back to where we were. So let's have a look at how that's going to develop.
And with the point difference, for the first time now being more than 10 points, Rurhpott is picking up another lead jammer status, and closely being followed, picking up points, calling it as soon as possible, and with 3 points on the 3 extra points on the board, we are back to the single digits with a 9-point difference.
You again,
Yes.
with the single digits.
Yes, with the single digits.
All the single digits, all the single digits. No?
Yes.
Okay.
All the single digits, raise your hands.
Oh my. Bad wedding music. No, fun wedding music. That's wrong.
Yes.
Yes, I know how that goes. Off to the races again. We got 2 jammers, one in the back, that's going to be Rotterdam, one in the front. We're waiting for the lead. Loose Lichto, doing the half moon twist, and the half moon twist pays off as they pick up the lead. I heard some whistling. No, not important. Loose Lift coming in for a scoring pass. Can't really do anything about it. Did get a big hit there. Watch out yourself. Needs a little break there. Hop, skip, and a jump. That was way too fast, but it was fun.
And with 2 blockers in the penalty box for Rotterdam, it's going to be
Fun.
it's going to be fun and interesting.
No, that is tough work. What it does mean that blockers are trying to get in there, making a difference. We blame them a lot for getting penalties, but there's a reason for it. Sometimes you got to kind of put yourself out there, and that's what happens. When you're going very fast too, I'll tell you, you hit the jammer, you can push them forward, not so much out.
Yeah.
So that's also a little bit frustrating when it happens. You don't quite see that, but the audience does see it. We see it when that happens. We're going to take a small breath here. Team timeout requested from Rotterdam. That's also a good way to break the cycle of whatever's going on. Just taking a minute to take a breath and have a look at what you're doing or what you could be doing better. That's what they're for.
Yes, it's not only rest for the body; it's also rest for the mind. So you can clearly start thinking clearly and prevent the team from getting into a panic state mentally.
Oh, but that's the thing though, is that roller derby is absolutely a mental game too. There's no way you can only see it. I think that probably goes for all sports.
Yes, it's
but
definitely
in this case,
a mental
yeah,
game.
and the adrenaline, just straight up science, the adrenaline that's going through everyone's body makes people make different decisions as well, regardless of who you are, whatnot. And when you're in that modus, which is actually part of the stress response, your decision making is different.
Yes. And after a short break, we are back to the races with Rurhpott taking the lead and quickly going around, being chased down by Rotterdam. Rotterdam being recycled all the way to the back, and in the meantime we have Rurhpott picking up 4 points, with the Rotterdam jammer being stuck behind the pack, stuck in traffic, with some really nice blocking and really good cooperation with amongst the blockers.
Yeah, good work there from Whip and Red Sar. Actually, also picking up there's a star pass too in the meantime. It was very Team Netherlands work too. Beautiful to see. Changing it up, but not enough to make a difference. But forcing a call off for Rurhpott. I had to say something about it.
and also picking up 1 point.
There you go.
Yes.
But we're still in the single lady digits. Or
Yes.
Single people digits.
Single people digits.
I have no idea. The single people digits.
Go
Here
for
we
single
go.
people digits.
There you go. 2 points
2
though.
points. And
how can we call this? It's too close.
And
beautiful.
another shot for the
For anybody who's
Yes.
into that sort of
Yes.
thing. Down with that sort of
Yes.
thing. Flies Manelli in the back for now. And Ninja's Nemesis in the front. We never know who's going to get. There's some whistling going on. people visiting penalty box. One blocker down for Rurhpott. Liza Minnelli on the inside, picking up the lead for Rotterdam.
And in the meantime, we have Ninja Nemesis stuck in traffic, punching through, able to avoid Iron Mist and going out of the pack. In the meantime, Liza Minnelli is quickly picking up the points and calling off, preventing Ninja Nemesis from scoring. And with 4 points added to the Rotterdam score, it's again a lead change and again a shot.
I just feel like we're having Inception or Deja Vu all over again here for now. Now, but 2 points. It's too close, people. We're gonna hang on. Just forgive me. We're having a team timeout. Rurhpott's like, yeah, you take a timeout. We can do that too, to regroup mentally, physically, however you want to feel it. But because now you need to change the way you do things if you want a different result, right? Or else you go crazy.
Yes,
but it's difficult.
And with 9 minutes left on the clock, it can go in any direction with only a 2 point difference. It is important to keep your calm as a team and be on your best on the track.
Oh, that sounds like a good thing to do. I have to say, we had some closer results, but I think this is constantly a result that we had that stayed close. That also makes for a very different game than all the other games we've had. Every single game has had its own dynamic, I have to say, and that's also been a joy to watch this weekend. As we set up again for some more roller derby. This is going to be a nail biter.
Yes, we have against the team lining up for the 5 seconds. Rotterdam taking the front, quite consistently taking the front, and loose lift is being recycled to the back, trying to punch through and taking lead jammer, closely followed by barbecue. And again, it's both jammers punching through and only being able to score one or at least a couple of points, and immediately having to call it off because the other jammer is close behind. And in this case, we have 1 point scored for Rotterdam and 0 points for Rurhpott as we are lining up for the next jam. And again, Rotterdam taking the front, rolling back on the Cologne blockers, but Cologne managing to push through, and we have Mariah taking lead jammer, and again closely followed by Casanova.
That's half a track though, but by the time the blockers get involved in it, we have a call off because that other jammer just comes in there so quickly. And it makes a big difference if you have, like, I wouldn't say you've lapped the jammer, but if you're really that much more in front. But it's been also close in that sense where we've had half a track or a quarter of a track, and then you don't have any space to actually do something with that. And that's what's called putting pressure on each other. And the pressure remains on with a 1 point difference between these two teams. And that's some real single digits.
Yeah.
You want single digits, we got them for you.
Yes.
They're on sale, let me tell you.
There's no singular than one. And again, we have the jammers pushing, trying to get through. Both stuck in traffic at the moment. Blockers are doing a great job keeping their blockers back. Liza Minnelli trying through the inside, and we have on the inside we have Ninja Nemesis taking lead jammer, with Liza taking off the helmet cover. Strategically, then they have to block too, but Liza can get through and going around after finishing the initial pass. In the meantime, Ninja Nemesis has managed to go through the pack, already picked up 4 points, waiting until the last minute before calling off, preventing Flies and Manelli to have any rest.
Yeah, this is a psyching each other out game. Absolutely. Rurhpott bench, they're very happy with that result at the moment. That's perfect too. But I'll tell you what, like we're telling you about this on the stream. We're happy for anyone following. We do have quite a lot of people here. We're also announcing for the people here. So if you hear us raise our voice, it's because the crowd's going to go wild in a little bit once we get going near the end. Don't usually do that on stream, but we're going to do it today because that's how life rolls.
And we're having an official timeout.
We're having it.
Yes.
Where's the barbecue? Oh, no time for barbecue.
On the bench at the moment.
Okay.
Don't worry. We've seen a lot of barbecue. We will probably see more barbecue.
No, and a whole lot of whistling too.
Yes, and with a 3-point difference, with a little over 5 minutes on the clock, and another lead change since the last jam.
True. That's important as well.
Yes. So
I just want to know who's going to win. We don't know who's going to win.
Yes, for the people who didn't pay attention, now is the time to get your other shot.
If only they played roller derby in the multiverse, that would be really weird too, right?
Yeah.
But you know how it is, right? Don't mess up your own rules of time travel.
Yep.
So we're going to keep going forwards. Nice boring forwards, no quantum stuff. We're off again.
Yes, and again, a quick lead for Loes Licht, who's taking the lead for Rotterdam. While we see the Rurhpott jammer, Loes Licht picking up 4 points, and also Evalerius is out of the pack, putting the cover back on, technically taking off the cover to make sure that the blockers at that point need to block 2 players, because at that point the jammer can choose either to go on self or hand over to the pivots.
So one of our regular viewers asked us, let's read that off. Is there any, let me just read that properly. Thank you very much. Is there overtime in Derby when there's a tie on the end? There is such a thing as an overtime jam. They don't happen very often. And then you play what's called sudden death. I've done that. It can happen. So maybe you'll get to see a unicorn, but we don't know. For now, we got the BBQ on. The BBQ is on the burner. The lead is for Rurhpott. Casanova for Rotterdam as we keep going to the end. And now we have a lot of space between jammers, so we could see something different. And as I say that, that's not true. But BBQ called it off at the right moment, picking up a few points, and is going to have another lead change. So whatever you're drinking, you're going to be drinking a lot of it. And I don't care if it's water or vodka, but you're going to be doing a lot of it. At this point, we're going to add some points, thanks to our friend Horse Whistler, who is doing the jam reffing for Rurhpott. 2 points each. We're going to move back quietly, and then Arno's going to tell you what's going on.
Well, it's Flies and Manelli flying through the inside, taking lead, a really fast lead. A sneaky move, rolling backwards, and then stepping on it. Flies and Manelli back in the pack, trying to work her way around the outside, using her own teammate, picking up 4 points. And in the meantime, the Rurhpott blocker, the Rurhpott jammer is also out of the pack. Flies and Manelli flying to the back of the pack, picking up 1 more point and calling it off to prevent Rurhpott from scoring any points.
Yeah, a lot of flailing going on with the arms too to make sure that that call off was done quickly, because that split second can make a difference. And we're all have our eyes peeled on that scoreboard. That's going to give us all the information we need as we come down to it. Still have a while to go in roller derby minutes, in roller derby time expands. It goes either really fast or really slow.
In the meantime, we have Loose Licht battling her way through the wall of Rurhpott and managing to do so successfully, closely followed by Ninja and Nemesis. And again we have a horse race, and they're really going for it. They're really stepping on it, trying to increase that pace. Loose Licht.
I was worried about skating off track there,
Yes,
but we're
yes.
good. I had to mention it. Reflex picked that up really well on the outside. I was watching for that because that would have made it a whole different end of the game.
Yes,
Sorry.
and
Good
with
news.
one more point for Rotterdam, we currently have a point difference of 4 points.
Them single digits.
Yes, single digits. That's actually
So
only
one
pass.
big jam, a few big scoring passes, and Bob's your uncle, or Klages Kees, maybe in Dutch.
Yes.
Let's have a look at that. We've got everyone on track for this jam.
And
we have a lead for Rurhpott.
We have a lead from Rurhpott, and but in the meantime, Rurhpott went out of track, so needs to go back to the back and is again stuck behind the Rotterdam wall. The Rotterdam wall not allowing the Rurhpott jammer to get past. But in the meantime, we have the Rotterdam jammer also stuck behind. Some sturdy defense on the Rurhpott side. Casanova taking off the helmet cover. So they had to block two players while Evalerius has gone round and is on his scoring pass. And we have Casanova
going
being
to
sent
the box.
to the penalty box.
Oh no!
At this crucial moment.
Oh, that's something else. I'm going to say this time. Yes. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
We have a tie. We're getting excited.
Yes.
And let's repeat it again for the people online. There is such a thing as an overtime jam, and the fun part about that too is it also goes for the whole 2 minutes. Look it up on your rule book. Yeah, you remember that. There you go. Yeah, I've been there, done that. But then we'll see how I thought it would be sudden death. Actually, it's not true. It's going to go for the full 2 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. Overtime jam. Not yet. We're not there yet. But we are tied.
Yes, and with Loose Licht in the penalty, starting for the penalty box. Iron Mist is working extremely hard to keep the jammer back. Jammer being able to score a lead while the pivot of Rotterdam being sent to the penalty box. Rurhpott is really fighting hard for every point. As the game time has run out, Casanova is getting back on track, and immediately it is called off by Rurhpott as they score 2 points, which is enough to take the lead.
Oh my, what a beautiful game. However, it is still the unofficial score, but Rurhpott is taking it for the win. But they should, but we're going to just wait, maybe 100% sure.
Yes, Rurhpott not willing to risk the small lead they have.
Beautiful. And final score. Here we have it. A very happy team in red, Rurhpott Roller Girls, winning this game with 121 points against Rotterdam 119 points. That was an absolutely beautiful tight game. And again, no overtime jam. Forgive me for that explanation. I haven't seen an overtime jam in a long time, but not today.
Yes, only 2 points difference. The entire game has been so extremely close. It could have gone either way. But Rurhpott is taking home the win. Congratulations to both teams for an awesome game, and we enjoyed it. And please be aware that we also have the prizes left, so do not go home yet.
We would like to thank Pop, Parliament of Pain, for giving us the venue and helping out with the canteen and volunteers. Overall, all the volunteers, we had many people help us with the canteen, with the tickets, with the merch, with the track ninjas. We had photographers that we'd like to thank as well. The announcers, thank you for announcing, which was very, very nice. Of course, all the officials, both the non-skating and the skating official did an awesome job. Particularly, I would like to thank 3 volunteers: Rogier, who arranged everything for the officials; Gwennon, who arranged the interleague, so arranged actually the games; and Madeleine for head of events. And I would like to thank Glitchcraft for the live stream. So next up is the award ceremony, which I hope you'll see.
In the meantime, we have a lot of applause while the teams are going around for well-deserved credits for this awesome game. Please do not leave yet. We have an award ceremony. But for now, congratulations to the teams for this awesome game and for all the teams for this awesome tournament.
And thank you, Arno, for joining us on the microphone. I'm very happy you had a chance to do that as well.
I hope you'll have fun this weekend.
Okay, I don't have a microphone, but I have a very loud voice. So I'm going to do the award ceremony. Please get around. Award ceremony!
I hope you can stay here so you can hear her.
It's a hard work.
No worries. I don't know.
Can everybody hear me? Hello? I'm not sure where to look, so I'll just do like this. First of all, thank you very
Can you
much.
hear her?
The audience, everyone for coming. We had an awesome 2 days. It was a really great tournament. For us as Rotterdam Roller Derby, it's the first time we organized something as big as this. But I think I would also really like to thank full Parliament of Pain for letting us have this venue, helping out as volunteers, team, and everything. So thank you, Paul. And this event would not happen without any volunteers. So we had, I think, about 40 or 50 volunteers in the cafeteria, at the tickets, the merch. We had the track ninjas. So thank you. Big applause for the volunteers. Of course, I'd like to thank all the officials. Where are they? Everywhere. I think both the skating officials and non-skating officials, I mean, this wouldn't be possible without them. So, awesome job. Thank you. Glitchcraft?
Yeah.
Live stream? Yay!
Oh my gosh. Everyone's clapping.
You
You
guys.
guys.
Like to thank 3 people in particular. Rogier for arranging everything. We had Gwennon who made the interview, so she arranged the actual game. And we have Madeleine somewhere. She is over there. She made sure everything was arranged. So thank you very much. Now over to the most important bit, the ceremony. As you know, only 4 of the 6 teams actually were competing for the Harbour Cup. Either lesson, I like to. Oh no, wait. 8, yes, 8. So many teams. So 4 of them were competing for the Harbour Cup, and in 4th place is. But the 3rd place is for Rotterdam Roller Derby. 2023 is...
All right. All right. So, how does it feel
To be the only survivor.
It's a cool cup though.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
And we're super happy.
Everyone's going home already.
Yeah, they have 11 hours driving, so
Fuck,
they went back home.
That's long.
Because they work
I
on
get
Monday,
it. I
not
get
me.
it. Nice. Hey.
Thank you.